very, very kind and loving, very affectionate.
He had the same personality that Harold Jim's got. So it is important, you know, as you grow up, you're going to pattern it. I mean, and his daddy was just...
Do you remember him, Jeff?
Vaguely, not much.
A little bit.
But he was the friendliest person in the world, always happy, upbeat, never met a stranger, and that's him.
I kind of remember him even more, like cheerful and loving than Daddy, but maybe that's because he's grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very
loving.
Smiling and loving.
He was always, yeah.
Looked like an Indian, very dark.
Oh my gosh, didn't he look like an Indian? Oh, cold black hair.
Mother, what about your dad?
Okay, you know what, I have plenty of time that, because I still, from 4 o'clock in the morning until 6 at night, I'm still by myself walking the mall or whatever. But, as I get older and my knees hurt, because Daddy, I left at 17, so he was in his 40s, you know, and he had knees and the walking stick and couldn't put on his socks, and I thought, oh, I never dreamed he hurt that bad, you know, or whatever. And, but he was always kind, he was always good to everybody, you know, he never, and some of his sayings, and I don't remember many, because I wasn't there that long, it's been 60 years. He says, now Grace would be kind of fussy, you know, da-da-da-da. Grace, that's not going to make me, and that's not going to break me. Either one. You know, it's not going to make me, it's not going to break me. I guess it's a bad end of a deal or whatever, I don't know. And then another saying, he said, if they can live with it, I sure as hell live without it, you know. I mean,
Content.
yeah, and he never complained, never. He wore the same old pair of khakis and khaki shirt and a leather jacket and he walked to town all the time. We lived about a mile and a half from town.
He couldn't drive.
He never drove until Joe Harold get on. And Joe Harold was driving when he was 10 years old. I put something to raise him up. Because he had to go and he would take him out into the country because he loved to look at land, property.
Well, tell us about your mom cooking and the breakfast. What was breakfast like?
Well, first thing she did, get up and turn the radio on, and we had Christian music floating through the quartets all the time. She'd get over there from the night before, maybe even the dinner, and the night before, and wash dishes, because that had to be got out of the way. She made biscuits with, like you do, you know, or your mama did. Baking powder, soda, all that from scratch. Fried ham, fried sausage, fried bacon.
Pork chop.
Well, not all the time, but we always had about 3 different meats.
3 or 4 meats.
Always had gravy, always had biscuits. Didn't have many eggs, because Daddy didn't like them, and none of us liked eggs much. We didn't scramble eggs. We didn't. I would give anything to have had some toast. We never had toast. I'd go over to my friend's house.
You were
They
defined.
had toast. Oh, goodness. Mother never fried potatoes. Those potatoes, we always had sweet potatoes or either stewed potatoes, you know, with,
That's a day.
yeah, but never fried potatoes. I'd go over to a friend's house. There's a big old black skillet on the stove with hash browns. And they were crispy in places, and they were so good. I just loved
And
that.
also she made
pies
and cake every day.
When they first got married, she had to make a pie and a cake at the same time. Daddy had to have a pie and a cake at the same time. And he just loves sweets. Why are you asking that? Don't you love sweets?
I do.